Meanwhile, Republicans in D.C. are making it clear they are against replacing Senator Dianne Feinstein on the Judiciary Committee. The California Democrat has not cast a vote since February because she still is recovering from shingles. Her absence is holding up President Biden's judicial nominees, much to the frustration of the Biden White House and now publicly to many Democrats. Last week, the 89-year-old asked she be temporarily replaced after some Democrats called for her resignation. Senate Republicans say they will not let that happen, but for different reasons.
The Democrats are discussing the idea of trying to temporarily replace Senator Feinstein on the Judiciary Committee. Is that something that you'd be amenable to?
And they'd like Republicans to help them speed the appointment of more liberal justices. Yes, when hell freezes over.
Okay, so you're a no, I guess.
I'm a no.
Okay.
I don't imagine a single Republican senator is going to lift a finger to try and get more liberal judges appointed.
Senator Feinstein has been an extraordinary senator, and she's a good friend of mine. During the past 2 years, there's been a concerted campaign to force her off of the Judiciary Committee, and I will have no part of that.
The people that are trying to shove her out the door after her years of service ought to hide their heads in a bag. She's being treated very shabbily. And that really disappoints me. I don't agree with a lot of what Senator Feinstein does, but I respect her as a person. We all get sick, and there apparently are some senators up here who would unplug your life support system to recharge their cell phone if they thought it was in their political interest. And that kind of attitude disappoints me.
He's so disappointed.
He just not seeing
Senator John Kennedy taking up the cause of Senator Dianne Feinstein.
He cares.
So, Eugene, it's not just Republicans here. It is many Democrats, as I said, now in public. It used to be sort of a whisper campaign about Dianne Feinstein. When's she going to come back? We need her vote on the Judiciary Committee. We've got all these nominees sitting there to implement the Biden administration's agenda. The White House frustrated as well. What's the way through this here for Democrats?
Well, I don't see one right now, to tell you the truth. I mean, it was never going to work that Republicans were going to give unanimous consent for temporarily replacing Senator Feinstein on the Judiciary Committee. That was never going to happen. So we're stuck. Senator Schumer says she'll be back soon. Well, soon is a really relative term in Washington, and so we don't know if that means in a few days or in a few months. And in the meantime, effectively, the president's nominations are going to be bottled up in the Judiciary Committee, and there doesn't seem to be much they can do about it. I mean, if they could get 9 Republicans to come over with 60 votes, they could sort of reorganize and get somebody else on the committee. But it sounds like that's just not going to happen either. So, so they're stuck. And Senator Feinstein, you know, she is 89. She does have a decision to make, but her decision has been to stay in the Senate, and again, there's nothing anybody can do to change that. So here we are. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, she's already announced her intention not to run for re-election, but she has shown no signs that she's willing to step aside, even though some voices in her own party have said do so. What's particularly frustrating for Democrats right now is with Republicans in control of the House, there's not much they can do legislatively. So the one way they can impart the Biden agenda is by these confirmations, getting these judicial appointments done, and they can't if she's out.
They can't. The Republicans don't want to replace her temporarily. If she steps down, what's the process? Because that would be lengthy as well, correct?
It would be. I mean, if she were to step down, there would be a special election to replace her, but that could take some time as well. Yeah. But there are some growing numbers in the Democratic Party, though, who say that still might be a better alternative. But we did hear, as Eugene just said, Majority Leader Schumer says that he anticipates that she'll be back hopefully in a few weeks. We'll see.
Oh, really?